Bonjour. Welcome to the former Midlothian County buildings at West Parliament Square, which is the home of the Institut Français d'Écosse and the Consulate General of France in Scotland since 2017. This year, sadly, we're not able to welcome you for the traditional doors open days, but you should be able to learn a bit more about its history and all the rooms we have. The building that you can see today on the west side of Parliament Square bears little resemblance to the original seat of Midlothian County, erected on the same site between 1860 and 1819 by architect Archibald Elliott. The site chosen by the county was at the time adjacent to Edinburgh's famous and animated lawn market on High Street, the general mart for all kinds of mercery, according to Thomas Shepard's description of the city. By the end of the 19th century, the old structure, unsuited to the county's increasing needs, was torn down and entirely rebuilt between 1899 and 1904 by James McIntyre Henry. Much of the Athenian spirit of the chambers was lost, but the building became more functional. A third floor was added and additional space was gained to the east, which is now the Salle Émilienne Moreau-Évrard, and to the south, junction with the Signet Library. Since 2017, this building has very much been the House of France. It's the consulate, of course, but it's also a French cultural institute, and as you can see, there's also a nice restaurant inside. Our first floor foyer is an ideal gathering space ahead of receptions, screenings, or book launches. As we are both a consulate and cultural institute, this building sees a large variety of events all year round. We are now entering the Salle Émilienne Moreau-Évrard. If you're from Edinburgh, you may know it as the City of Edinburgh Suite, where many weddings have taken place. When we acquired the building in 2017, we renamed most rooms after Franco-Scottish figures. Émilienne Moreau-Évrard was one of a kind. She was a female resistant who actually resisted in both World Wars. Being from northern France during the First World War, she resisted against German occupation and sympathised with many Scottish soldiers. The room was officially renamed in November 2017 by Her Royal Highness the Princess Royale. In 2019, we installed this retractable seating system, as well as a cinema screen and blackout curtains. This has very much turned this room into a multi-usage space. It can host receptions up to 150 people, but it is also an auditorium with up to 80 seats available. This room welcomes cinema screenings, receptions, theatre, shows, and we've kept the room's tradition as a wedding place. Many couples have chosen this room to tie the knot. Due to our amazing location directly on the Royal Mile, this place is very busy in August for the traditional Fringe Festival. The French Institute has its own programme during the Fringe called Vive le Fringe, with many shows, exhibitions, lectures, all revolving around France's culture and connections to Scotland. Directly connected to this auditorium is the Salle Duchess d'Angulem lounge, named after the eldest child of Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette. The Duchess of Angulem came to Edinburgh while she was on exile. She stayed on Regent Terrace, a few doors away from what is now our Consul General's official residence. We are now entering the Sir Patrick Geddes Library. With over 40,000 items stored here, this is the right place to learn more about France's cultural heritage. In this building, you can also learn the French language. Our second floor is where all classes take place. With 6 classrooms, our ambitious language program can cater to all linguistic needs. Thank you very much for joining us on this tour. We hope we can welcome you to the French Institute and Consulate very soon.